team. If I'm putting 3 words, so much talent on the... Yeah, I mean, it's too... Yeah, that was a full team sweep around there as Vest going to pull that crystal, deal a ton of damage to the front line, but at the moment, only going to feed the strategist. Dealing some damage onto Kaluj. The Emma battle begins. Who will come out on top of that? Energy owning the height here. Going to be playing that torch, and there's a ton of damage towards the back line, but the Jeff spray is really good position. It is difficult. If Jeff is able to look through your team and just deal so much damage to the back line, that all charge is flying, similar to Speeder, who already has that Q.
And look at the way they were able to split them. They had energy on one side, Venom was on the other, and they just didn't know where to look. Collusion window are going both ways as everyone's trying to stay inside. It's going to be the extermination first. That does get Spark Chief caught off guard from the hands of Collusion. That's going to give him more space to go aggressive. Evan and climbing. Good job here from Energy, just floating and staying alive. And same from, okay, you're going to get more sustain.
That was crazy, 70%. And they did burn Portal, too. That's another thing to call out. Vest making that switch to Strange. And that's that conversation of, was it worth it? I mean, it did buy them some significant percentage. Now it's a 1-fight game for them, you know, potentially enforcing a Portal maybe to make it a 2-fight. But even so, it bought them enough time. Won't be able to retake if Envy's able to hold this for a while, at least, you know, unless it goes to 3 additional minutes, which is definitely possible. But it's all about, was it worth it? And, you know, these teams definitely know what they're doing. So in their mind, that moment, it was worth buying that extra couple percent, but it's a tricky thing to try to identify until we see how the end of this first map looks.
Wow, this is a
Strangling Prison. Speedery gonna find Cooper. Tap onto Zelos. Energy gonna trade that back with Widow, but tap onto Vest, and Vision falls from Speedery. Is that gonna be enough here for Envy to take map 1? It is.
Wow, that's the most MCU somatic. It was so close to closing. He did make it through, I think, at the very end. But that would have been so epic, throwing them into another, you know, to the Shadow Realm, but was unable. But we got to highlight Envy and what they were able to do there. Balance back with ease. And if your FlyQuest kind of looked unstable in terms of...
Enough is now FlyQuest retake point and are holding on with roughly even alts.
Yeah, that's what we got to see, right, Shib? I mean, Energy has just been the difference maker, and just right away with that opening pick allowed everyone to follow suit. You know, they had the 2 setup ults with Vest and Spark Chief. Vest already back around again, and Spark Chief with a good setup play to get everyone rolling. They have now the Jeff. We'll see what they can do, because typically Vision is able to get so much value. That's all they have to use. If they can get away with that ship, and then Cooper maybe maintains hold here, that would be really what they need to get back up to that 59.
Yeah, I think the switch here to more hit scan for the Phoenix from Fly is a smart decision. They were struggling to try to take that Ultron out of the sky, even throughout alt, which, you know, granted, he is getting HP back consistently. Still, he's kind of more of a target, especially when you're in front of the face like that, and the movement by Speeder was just too much to handle, and they could not make anything happen there. Now, starting off with the Psionic here from Kaluj, gonna get a few walking, Spark Chief moving offensively, and if you are caught in a Groot alt and you're slowed after the fact, it's very difficult to come out on top.
I'm really impressed here with how Envy's been able to orchestrate their ults. Just even something like the Ultron with the Emma has been what they needed, but it's going to be Vision and a slam down there from Energy right in midair. An aerial battle happening before our eyes could get out of Speeder. You're now going to go to the Doctor Strange for the quick swap. Now both Vanguards, and there's not going to be a lot of damage. Oh, good job from Cooper keeping the team alive. Vision has 1-2, throws him off. There's enough space. Goodbye. Envy. Oh, Kalush makes it back.
They may make it back. That was crazy. No, is going to have to jump, which honestly, unfortunately, just means more time off map for the moment. But Kalush is able to get back on there, likely using Emma Diamond. You can use a 5-meter dash to head back in the direction, but if Kalush falls here, that would just again be a longer stagger in the end of the day. So sometimes
every fight that they've had that ult, they have one chip. Spark Chief with the quick rotate over to the Strange. Great job there finding the best of it. And it was madness within the walls, but they got it done now with 86% and climbing. You're gonna have Kalush bring that portal to the point. He's gonna hop in first there for the team. Spark Chief to follow, a little bit behind now, going in. Everybody collapsing. Vision does have the difference maker though here with Energy if they choose to, and they don't have, more importantly, an answer to this swallow.
Yeah, not yet. Speeder going to be close and is able to get there in time, which is fortunate for the side of Envy, but Vision has had a ton of success with these ults as of late. Oh, good engage here by Energy and Spark. Gonna find Nero on the back line. Now committing here with the end song, just giving it a second to engage when necessary. As everybody's still healthy. That's a huge eat, but it does fall from tap. Vision almost clutching up there with the 3-piece. Good focus there by Envy. And what do you know? 99-99, map 3 on Dom. This is the battle we were looking for. Kaluj with a 2-piece and now Vest onto Window.
Oh, he's trying to get the shield up. It's huge from Kalush as it was Vest getting it done for FlyQuest once again. But Kalush showing why he is the vanguard in this game. Spark Chief on the other opposition. Strange versus Strange. It's a multiversal clash here as now we have FlyQuest making their way back. Cooper has the copy. Envy's a mile away as Nero's can be close though to what they need. Energy over here. Hello, Spider-Man. What are you doing in here? It's the lower finals now. Trying to find Speedery in the air. He's led so far. Speed for the lead. Shiv, this is close.
Yeah, I mean, somebody's got to put on the mask in OT like this, and it's going to be Energy. But unfortunately, getting here and now the stall, being the whole team here, kind of puts them at a disadvantage for the moment. Coming in and committing heavy. Nero tries to get off map, but Vest's going to find that in trade as they're...
And this is a bit of an interesting opening offense approach that they're going to go around. When you look at FlyQuest, both teams a bit unconventional here. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, we've seen, Tap obviously on Psylocke a lot during...
A flip the dip, he found the shark with ease, and yeah, that was just a perfect ult battle there from Envy answering the call. I mean, if you look at Month, he had every bit of use out of that ultimate from Rocket, usually instantly deleted. Not this time around. Tap's gonna go with the 1-2 combo, and Envy looks spicy coming out. FlyQuest with a very unconventional, I would say, a bit here comp, and so you're gonna see them switch it up. I think Spark Chief is gonna stay on the God of Thunder, but we'll see how things progress with Vision with the swap 2 ship.
Yeah, see, I'm not sure if I love it, if I'm being honest. It didn't really show a lot of presence on point, and I do think things like Magneto in this moment wouldn't be bad. 4-5 as all of them go down. 6 numbers fall, and Envy take point 2 with a ton of time for 3.
That's a lot of red ship, and I'm telling you, this is what I love to see. We constantly Nero, when they switch over to the Ultron, it allows the double duelists to do their thing, and that is where the rotation comes into play, what Tap can offer, being a demon on the Psylocke. Heck, when he was playing for Techie XD ship, that was the reason they punched their ticket so far, was the Psylocke play from that man alone. Now he's joining one of the best teams in America, and that's what you get, a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, and we start up again here, and out goes Kalush, going to make that switch to the cap. Saw some success there. God of Thunder. And that one does find a pick there onto Speedery, and that's what they're looking for here from Spark Chief. Still going to be holding on to this Thor pick for the current moment, and the damage boost is out. No ults available here for Fly. Month going to be holding on to that Sia. Energy, though, going to find a pick in the neutral, and that should buy them some time to get those ults back and on.
That was such an important fight for them to win for multiple reasons. It allows Vision now to charge right back up. Energy was able to save his. They opened up with Zelos in the neutral, as you just said, and that let them get a little bit of life, because if they didn't get anything started there, it was just going to be Envy coming right back around with the ult charge. The ult economy's back. It's both teams. Good for his Kalush as things open up. Piece of the Abyss continues. Vest trying to stay alive. Soulbound ready. Vision, though, he's the ticket. Can he stay alive?
Yeah, again, I just want to call out how crazy this comp is for Envy. It's a play your own game composition where everyone has some sort of self-survivability, and that's the goal. You don't need to be heavy burst healing all the time. Instead, play your own game and make your own plays, and we'll meet up on a team fight type deal is what they're dealing with here. And out we go early with the dance of the butterfly. The cutterfly is not able. Oh, psych, I lied. Vision goes down as that res available, as Energy trades that back to Speedery. Well, now Speedery is going to be on that Psylocke, and Window going to find a pick to match it back. Envy going to be even in numbers once again, but this time they will be up a strategist, but FlyQuest has a spawn advantage incredibly close.
That's a good point on the comps of these self. And this been grim. What a way for Thing, Window, and Kalush getting it done.
Vision with a nice pick there on the Window to clean that up, but this is what they're looking for, folks. They bought enough time there, roughly a minute and a half, a little over that, and now they're going to retake right here. And this is why Triple is so strong in saving that Strange. Again, just going to buy them more time and guarantee this second and third fight. The question is, can they hold it for a while? As right off rip here, we see Kalush committing with a freedom charge. Everybody else dropping back for the side of FlyQuest, who is getting chased down by Kalush, but is going to stay healthy with some good team movement. Kalush going to have to escape here, but again, it's all about the time on the clock. It's not about picks.
Yeah, and just great ult tracking, because they knew Vision had this ult here, and everyone's trying to keep him alive, but it's going to be Kalush trying to dive early, and they did so correctly, but they did get the rotate, able to get Nero out of there. They got the respawn. Wow. Good eyes by Vision. Wow, the Vision being 20 years, the invisible boundary goes up. Vez with a diamond kickback continues to try to find success, just kicking air, hoping that the enemy shows through, but now it's going to be Kalush out of here, and what a great response and a pushback from Fly. Oh my, Window!
Coming in, Window. Going to be changing up on that Magneto.
Order and what you can do with that Rocket team up. Getting rid of that Tap. Looking for the off angle. Once again, it's that kind of comp you highlighted early. Kind of everyone do your thing. get the picks necessary, stay in line as, you know, Nero can completely keep this team alive with that extermination. Now, once again, trying to find the opening pick and does so. Cooper out of there is a big one to start that off because that is going to shut down that ult coming now. And just around the corner, Spark Chief to follow. Only 1:09 with it, Shib. And at this point, FlyQuest, you know, they're there, but they got to look to reset unless Vision can open the window.
Yeah, and the tricky part here now is they're kind of staggering Fly on purpose, but as I say that, Vision may be able to take this disadvantage, and he might gonna bring back Speedery quickly and still hold that on here as Envy still has priority. I cannot believe Fly is still on this point here, even through all of those picks, and they still are, as Vision now is gonna find Speedery and put the numbers back in their favor. Why don't you make it 2 on the window? Tap trades back, but Spark Chief gonna find Kaluge, and this is likely gonna go in Fly's favor now, but not with another pick. Again, though, numbers are so low. It's tap on point. That will not be for long, and they do get point 2.
Yo, Vision with the max armor build and an RPG, like, how was he still alive? And then decided to use the ult there, Shib, to perfection. As you were saying, they were kind of playing with their food, allowing there to have some stats to beat Envy the first time, to now, you know, having that expectation. I think it's very, how can I put this on air? Confident for them to bring out the Thor into a matchup such as this. I think it had its moments, but really I agree. I mean, Nag was open, plenty of options. Heck, if Vision wasn't popping off the way he was, I think this would have been a completely a shutdown early.
Yeah, I agree. I think Fly looked very good on their attack, but I think their defense, if I'm being honest, was the biggest problem. You cannot allow 4 minutes on point 3, and that is really where this went down to. You know, I think people have kind of fallen into the trap there of where you know, as we look here in a window, we'll talk about that again in a moment. Let's just check out window stats on that Ultron. They'll take that height on the right on their attack and have a few Vanguards or one Vanguard run right down mid. And when you attack from both angles, it really messes with you. Caught up with the Supernova, and they just could not get through that portal.
Yeah, they call that losing twice on point 1, right? I mean, not only did you get the first wipe, you lose the portal, you lose a lot of what you try to put in. You gave them ult charge. I mean, a rough look and response there. Good body block from Envy, ready for that thing. But Shib, I mean, that's exactly how you want to play this thing out. And again, Energy just has been unable to answer the extermination. Not an easy thing to answer. And that had him switch off it last. I'm going to stay there as Tap does find himself low. Energy going to get the best of it, and that least is going to give them plenty of momentum here.
Yeah. Window, and there is that ult. As I had discussed, Tap, though, going to find a pick onto Vess and put them up a number. Eating the back line, able to find one, is able to escape there from the Psylocke as Month brings Tap back. Speedery is going to find Zelos, and again, Envy up in numbers, but will they be able to push through on this point?
Absolutely filthy there. And I gotta just say right now, I mean, now we have both rockets ready to go, but just how clear cut they're able to get the other rocket ult out. Window just got rid of that thing immediately. Maybe a little tease of what we're gonna see in 4.4, 4.5 with the rocket getting better. Tap, Kaluge get the best of it yet again. Point 2 going to them with ease. I mean, 2 minutes, 56 seconds. You would think there's a world more. They've been able to have a little bit longer sustain on the back end. Energy now switching back over. You know, you would think he'd play the Phoenix with just a quick, easy answer to the rocket, but it just doesn't fit really the comp that they put together here.
Yeah, I think the goal here is to try to shut down Window a little bit and maybe knock Ultron out of the sky here with, and you know, Energy's Bucky is obviously insane, and it did force a few.
The double! Are you kidding me?
The triple even, dude. That was disgusting. Making a quad now. Speedery with a combo from Window. Tap gonna find Vision. Spark Chief goes down. And just like that, Envy are gonna walk this puppy home and get all 3 points.
Unbelievable, bro. I mean, the butterfly landed, the bodies followed. With the combo there of the Ultron, doesn't matter what show Luna's putting on. So that's done. I mean, that was insane, finding both the strategists first with the 1-2 click. That's why tapping him, I mean, it's just like pick your poison in the shift, and Nero, this is the comp for them. You're right. It has been so unique, and with Phoenix going down to 4.5 shift, I've been really changing it up ever since with the team comp change. Spark Chief, yeah, going down early. Not even sure if the shield was popped. I think it was just Tap getting it done quick with those sparks of Ignite, the melees that are so threatening here on this patch. Spark Chief once again trying to stay alive, gonna dive back for another opportunity. Once the revenge, as always, as Venom continues to find with the host at bay. Going for more, it's Nero, just hunting season, finds himself the respawn beacon. Window gets Vest. I mean, this is Envy just feasting right now.
Yeah, and they will still maintain a ton of ults here, not committing too much. The Sia is going to be launched there, and the Rage of Ultron. But again, Rage of Ultron comes back incredibly quickly. Energy, Zelos, Cooper, and soon to be Vision and Spark will have ult in this next fight, as Vest is now making that switch to the storied Magneto that Vest can play. I personally think this team, you know, I like what they were thinking initially with a very much dive-focused comp, but the whole idea of Envy right now is you're playing strategists that have escapability and are able to kind of get away from all this nonsense. It's difficult to find out who you should really even target on the dive. So, maybe a solution with more of a bunker comp and just protecting that back line and delete.
But he's going to go for the quick cancel. Just get an eye on what they might do. They're going to decide to go up Main Street, no portal. So they're going to maybe save that here shift for the second attempt if needed.
Yeah, and here goes the final fight here, as there will not be a way back here quick enough, and that's going to be some damage onto Nero. Vision onto Speedery is the early trade for Fly, and that's exactly what they're looking for, but the res comes through once more. Month, the value of these reses cannot be understated with some crazy positioning. Kalu's going to find energy with the help there of Nero, and still up in numbers. Envy going to hit the Sia and the combo here from Tap to dunk in with that damage boost. Not going to be enough for the pick as Window doing the same here now onto the back line. Still no one falls, and that's a big opportunity for I, but good push there from the side of Zelos. Going to keep Kaluj away, but Tap finds Vision, and now another answer, this time to Speedery as Zelos commits that invisible boundary. Portal comes through here from Energy, and they're still maintaining this presence as this fight will be stalled out. Sparchy finding Tap is huge here for Fly. Energy on a Speedery. Will they be able to do this? They're now up in numbers with that retake. Well played, and they're still maintaining this as it's Energy on the Strange, and that should be enough here as Fly, Wheel, and Window are ready to press that Q button right back at them. There is 27 seconds on. Can they do this?
Oh my goodness, once again, Speeder's in, he's out, they're gone. Continues to do the same. Look at that, trying to find. Look at the perfect hide and seek attempt here. No surprises from Energy. Has played this team so many times now, knows what to expect from the assassin himself. Now we're going to have the Phoenix up. Tab going down with the extermination and the target. They find Energy. Looks like the slow is in and down at 60%. Huge recall there to the White Room, as now we're going to have Energy back to full. Then trying to land down, and guess where that's going to land? Does not get it, but Vision now trying to get this team moving forward as he did in Yggdrasil, though. It's going to be Wakanda as the point, but respawn, reload, Tap is back. Vision, though, finds Window. Yet again, Chip, there's a life.
Yeah. Energy just did that with 16 HP, by the way, and that would have been a very different fight if that was not the case. Able to come in and find a two-piece right after that ult, so well played, and likely just having the eye on the HP bar at that moment to make that happen. Very, very strong play, but now down to final fight territory. Still a ton of space to take here. FlyQuest will have Vest, who is just absolutely disgusting with those Meteor M's. Energy with the pick there. With those dashes and placements, the BRBs got looking towards any off angle, can't find much, forces out a cooldown, goes for the itch Jeff, and does just drop back into that inside angle. Collusion with the tackle, but inside of the invisible boundary, not going to deal much damage, as 99% on here for Fly, or for Envy, excuse me.
Yeah, good rotation there from Vision, not falling, had to stay with the team even if he does miss the ult. Now Nero does have the chance to respond. That's going to be a big one, though. Speeder's going to be out of this thing, and they do find, yet again, the Shark. Okay, no one took care of business. Energy said, oh, is anyone going to be on this guy? But he continues to put the poke, the pressure. Tap looking for the quick blink, but continues to stay alive. But the point is flipped back over, so very good call, and that's getting Speedery out of the fight early.
I mean, that movement right there on Star-Lord is just nightmare fuel. We might see a skewer here. Yes, we do.
Here it is. Oh, wow, what a huge pickup. Oh, that was sick. Yeah, Heaven falls as Window stands tall. It's going to be the throw up, and obviously you're going to have the fly up there for the Gene. That was such a good recovery there from Vest. Now as they continue, this is going to be the Angela map and what I thought they would try to play. Way to bring something out, in the backup plans here, as Envy has tried twice to win against this team with the all reliable. Sometimes it's the Angela in the back pocket. Sparkshoof does have that opening. They can look to damage boost that with Cooper, who's close to it. Vest can seduce as well. Kind of a rotation of ultimates right now, right? And it's a pendulum swing, and right now Pendulum is going to go right back to FlyQuest, so they'll have kind of what they need. But if you look at it, Window coming out of these portals should not be this crazy. I mean, he gets 2 picks coming from, where everyone's expecting at that point. Energy can match if he needs to, and they know the Jeff ult just went, so he can go aggressive with this if he wants to. Their ship. Cooper's got the show ready as well. This is their fight to lose. I mean, Speedery has been so dominant on this extermination thus far.
Huge eye goes out, just finds Spark, and that's a pick early now for Envy, who are at 90.
And back and forth, and honestly, Shib,